time for a quick tutorial video on lab number 2, which is about the seasons. Excuse me. Okay, I have question 3, which is the first question where you actually have to do some real work. Before that, you're doing predictions about the lab. So to do question number 3, I'm pretty much going to follow my own instructions here and get you to the point where you can record data. So it starts off by saying we're going to find out if the length of daylight in Chandler, Arizona changes during the year. So to examine them, you use the Stellarium web program at this link. And this is it right here on my screen. I didn't change anything. It's just sitting here where it was when I pulled up the tool. So to see the sun rise and set times, you have to go find the sun using the search box. And, actually something that's not entirely right here, because I didn't ask you specifically to do it, is we want to do it in Chandler. Now down in the bottom left of my Stellarium screen, it says it's near Scottsdale. Well, I'm going to click that. I'm going to click it. Okay. And I'm going to enter Glendale, Arizona. Let's see what it gives us. What do you know? It's Chandler. Wake up, Paul. Sorry. I don't know why. Okay. Chandler. And it's going to set it there. We're all excited. That's it. And you just say, use this location. Woohoo. Now it says Chandler down on the bottom. Okay. That's your first step. Second step, you need to get info about the sun. So we come to this search box up at the top bar and click in there and type sun. You don't have to capitalize it. That's just a habit. And there it is. There's the sun. So I click this and it goes, oh, you mean the sun. And you'll notice the sun has set, right? And that's appropriate right now. Of course it's set because it's set outside right now because it's currently using current time and date. So, by the way, up here, this is where you're going to look for the sunrise and sunset times for each day, okay? So, we've done that part. Next, it says, okay, you can change the date and time by clicking on the date and time box in the lower right, oh, look at here. I see the time and the date. I'm going to click that, and it gives me a nice big window with things I can change. Now, see, what we want to do is change it to, we look a little further. We want to start, and we're going to do all of our checks in the year 2020. So we're traveling back in time, which Stellarium does wonderfully. We want to go back to January 21st. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to go back 4 years. Perfect. It's already on January. Well, that's fortunate. We're going to go back to the 21st. Okay. And we're going to set it to a time that's during the day. So I think I'm going to set it, I think I said somewhere in the lab, aha, here it is. See, best practice is do it around noon, 12 p.m. There's no real 12 p.m. It's 12 noon. I don't know who wrote this lab. Okay, so we're going to change the time to just 12 o'clock or something around 12 o'clock. 12 noon. So there it is. The sun's still in the sky. We're looking south, I suspect, because the sun's not going very high this time of year, which is true. So now that we've got everything set up, we know the date, January 21st, 2020, sometime around noon. Let's go check out the rise and set times. It says here that the rise time on this date, okay, because we put the date in down here, is 7:30, and notice this is kind of like military time, right? 7:30 means it's in the morning, 07:30, and 17:49 means it's after 12 noon, so that's 5:49 p.m., but we want to do things using a 24-hour clock. So these are the two numbers you would want to put here. However, it's a tricky thing because I actually asked you somewhere to round to the nearest 15 minutes, okay? So that means 7:30, bam, that's already on the nearest 15 minutes, right? Because you got 7, 7:15, 7:30, 7:45. But the set time is 17:49, so what's the closest to that I would say the closest is to go back to 1745. So those are the times I would want you to enter here, just as I've kind of pre-entered in the lab. 7:30 a.m., 1745 is the time of sunset, all very exciting. And, well, how long is that? And this is where you have to do a little bit of arithmetic and you have to understand how clocks work and all that stuff. But you can see by looking at this that the length of daylight is going to be 10 hours and 15 minutes because it's 10 hours from sunrise at 7 a.m. to 17 p.m. So it's 7 to 17, that's 10 hours. And it went from 30 minutes to 45, so it's 15 minutes, 10 hours. That's the right answer. Okay, so what you need to do is fill in the other 11 months, okay? And to do that, you're going to do just what I've done here. Leave the time alone in the middle of the day so you know the sun's up while you're taking the measurements. Because if you go too late in the same day, it'll say, oh, you want to know the next sunrise. No. We want to know today, so put it at noon. And I'm even going to back it up to noon. Hold on. Almost there. Computers. Can't live on. Okay, so, but now here's what I'm going to do. It's time for me to figure out February. I'm going to click this and go to, I'm going to go up a month to February 21st. And what do you know? The times are a little different. So I'm going to take those times, round them to the nearest 15 minutes, and enter them right here. And then I'm going to do the arithmetic to see how many hours and minutes the sun is above the horizon from sunrise to sunset. Okay, I think that's it. If you have any more questions, feel free to go onto our Canvas class and ask those questions in the hints and tips discussion on the lab itself in the module for the week 1. This is week 2. The week 2 lab. Okay, enough from me. Good luck.